Hello and welcome to day 113 of the 1000 days of no code challenge. So far, our automation has been running instantly when it gets triggered. But what if you want to add a time gap between two actions? For example, you might want to send a follow-up email 3 days after the lead signs up, or schedule a WhatsApp reminder 1 hour before the event kicks off, or add a delay between API calls to avoid hitting rate limits. That's where delays comes in. Today, we will explore how do we add delays in Zapier, Make, and Pabbly Connect so that you can control your execution timing and optimize your workflows. Let's dive in. One of the things that we want to do in automation is add a delay, because sometimes you do not want to show that it is automated. You want the user to feel that it is some human who is doing it from the backend, right? So how do we add delays in Zapier, Make, and Pabbly Connect? Let's look into that. So in Zapier, click on Add Step, and you have a delay on this particular thing, which is popular built-in tools. Even if not, you can search for delay and you should find it, right? So action event, you can choose delay after queue, waits for a set amount of time after the last delay in the given queue, used to deal with race conditions and rate limiting, right? So you can use this. The most commonly used one is delay for, right? Waits for a set amount of time before completing your actions, and then delay until. So we'll look into these two things. Okay, delay for is, if you go here, it asks you for a value. Okay, let's say for example 10, and unit, right? Minutes, hours, days, or weeks. Let's say minutes. Okay, so this combination will delay the next step by 10 minutes. Okay, of course the following step will only be done after this. So all the steps which is added after this particular step will be delayed by 10 minutes. Now if you go back to setup, right, we also have something called delay until. If we select that one, then you can choose the date and time until. Okay, so here you can give date and time. Okay, and if you read the field, it says values will be converted into a date time. Also allowed human readable dates like 5 p.m. tomorrow, or next Friday at noon, or append +1 hour or -2 hours to modify date times, right? So I can actually mention 5 p.m. on Friday. Okay, it also asks us how should we handle dates in the past. So if at all we give dates in the past over here, right, then how do we handle it? You can see continue if it's up to 1 day. Okay, or we have continue if it's up to 15 minutes, continue if it's up to 1 hour, and so on and so forth. So if it's in the past, okay, if it's within the 15 minutes, then continue, or if it's within 1 hour, then continue. And you also have an option always continue. Okay, even if it is in the past, just go ahead and execute, right? So click on continue. I'll click on test step, right? You can see that we've got the date, which is 21st of March, and 21st of March is coming Friday, right? I also mentioned it to be 5 p.m. and that's why it has taken 5 p.m. Okay, now we also have to set the time zone in our settings so that the time zone will also be considered. This is how you use delays in Zapier. Now let's move on to Make to see how do we add delays. So we can add delays in Make by using tool, and you have something called sleep, right? So use sleep, and you can give how much delay do you want to add, right? The number of seconds for which the scenario execution will be suspended must be a number between 1 and 300, right? So you can give a delay of 1 second all the way until 5 minutes, right? It needs to be given in seconds. So that's the only delay option that we have in Make. So very simple delay can be added in Make, not as customizable as Zapier. Now let's move on to the last one, which is Pabbly Connect. Okay, and we have a delay here as well. So you can see delay, which is a Pabbly inbuilt function. Add time delay, click on connect, and we have option delay for or delay until, right? Delay for, it will ask you for the unit, minutes, hours, days, or week, and then the value. So this unit and this value will delay all the steps below this by 10 minutes. And if we go to delay until, then you can give the date and time, right? So date should be YYYY-MM-DD and HHMMSS format, okay? And it should be in UTC plus 0 time zone only. Yeah. So this is how you add a delay in Pabbly Connect. Now, you might be wondering, like, how do I set this up if I want a specific date and time, right? So we will be doing a date formatting video very soon. Watch that video and you will understand how do you format the date in specific time zone, and you can use that particular thing over here so that it gets delayed until that particular date and time. This is how you add delays in all the 3 different platforms. I hope this was helpful. And that's how you insert delays in each of these platforms. By adding controlled time gaps in your workflows, you can ensure that messages, reminders, or actions happen at the right time instead of running immediately. Try using delays in your own automation, whether it's delayed follow-up, scheduled messages, or batch processing. Tomorrow, we will explore text formatter in Pabbly Connect so that you can modify, clean, or extract text dynamically within your automation. If you're stuck with something and you need more help, join our community where like-minded people get together and help each other. The link is added in the description below. That's all for today, and I will see you in the next one.